Bonsoir, friends. If you don't know what that means, it means good evening. Give me a moment while I share this out. Share. I want to say hello to my parents and to my sister and to all of my family members and friends who watch, and you guys who will be watching. Y'all the real MVP. Let's get this shit out on Instagram. Hopefully I don't get cut off tonight. Let the beat build. I hope you guys, let's forget this lamp. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Second up. All right. Hello, friend. Hi. Okay, so we're all shared out. We're going to be getting started at 8:05. I have one big a couple of announcements when we do start. But while that's going on, I'm going to give y'all a chance to come on in. My friend who's watching on Facebook, hello, I see you. I see that eye. How you doing? Say hi. Don't be rude. We're getting started in about 4 minutes, so make sure that you share this out at 8:05 to any of your friends who think might benefit from this information. Hello, Facebook. See, my friends on Facebook, I see y'all when y'all watching, but then y'all don't want to say hi, hello, hi. Oh, okay. Hey, AP Jackson. All right. I'm glad. Thank you for saying hi. I felt kind of lonely out here. How has your week been, AP Jackson? I feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit. Everything all right? How are you feeling after the big victory in Georgia? Yeah, I don't think I've seen you on here since right before the Georgia election. Busy, I bet. I understand it's the top of the year. Everybody's trying to get stuff done. We're getting started at 8:05. I have an announcement for you guys working on year-end reports. Okay. Cool. Yes. Yeah. So, yes, you turned it blue, girl. I'm so proud of Georgia. They can't stay inside for the Rona, but they came out to vote. They came out when it counted. So yes to Georgia. Thank you. You did what you had to do. All right. So we're getting started in just a couple of minutes. Tell your friends, tell your homies, tell your lovers, tell your family. Yes. So hopefully with, now that, hi Nicole's dream, hopefully now that Georgia's blue, some legislation will change. Hopefully we can get things done, on a federal level. Y'all really turned out. So Democrats have no excuse. Right? Okay. All right. Just a little bit longer. That's my dun, dun, dun. Sorry. The Doja Cat song just came out, the one she had with Gucci Mane, and I love it. All right, we're getting started in 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. Grab your mugs, put on your t-shirts, get ready to sip on the legal tea with me. We got 1 minute, less than 1 minute left. Tell your friends to come on into the room. Did I drop it? Okay, there it goes. Yes. So let me look at my announcement list here. Okay. All right. Do y'all like Doja Cat? I like her. She's a little weird, but I like her music. It's very catchy. That's my something. I can't wait to tell you guys my announcement at 8:05. Yes, I'm going to entertain you with my smooth moves. All right, it's 8:05. Let's get started, okay? Y'all know I just be silly on here. Don't mind me. I mean no harm, okay? Let me hit this record button, and then we are on our way. Hello? Record. All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If this is your first time watching, you don't know who I am, you're like, who's this crazy lady on the internet? I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the host of the show, Hey Miss Whitney, and I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like making sure you have appropriate contracts for clients and partners, getting your articles of registration with the state, EIN numbers, DUNS numbers, brand protection strategies so people don't steal your ideas, hiring and training strategies so you don't get sued for discrimination. I help you do all of these foundational things. If you're wondering why I'm qualified to help you do all of these things, I'm very happy that you asked. I am a licensed attorney. I have been one for 15 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful in business, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it. So that is why I'm here. So if you are in the startup phase of your business and you want, some legal guidance, you're like, look, I got this business idea. I just don't know where to start. I'm your girl. All right. You want to get in contact with me. Or if you've been in business for a little bit and you're just like, I need some more structure. I'm trying to make this legit. I'm not just trying to use Instagram and a Cash App. You want to talk to me. And, if you're looking for structure in your business, I'm the person you want to talk to. So how are you going to get in contact with me? You're going to go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. That is the only link in my bio on Instagram, and it is all over my page on Facebook, and it's on Twitter. And it's on Clubhouse as well. That is where you can book a free 15-minute consultation if you're a first-time client. It's also where you can download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet that will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. That is also where you can book your one-on-one sessions with me. You can book a full business formation strategy session, or you can do a Talk to Me Tuesday where you get 25 minutes for $25. And at linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, that's also where you will find many of my digital products. Like this month, we are focusing on business entities. So you can pick up my business entities ebook for $9.97. Okay. And last but not least, at linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, that is where you can get your show merch. So your mugs, your NPL Legal Dish mugs, your NPL Legal Dish tees with the cool emblems on the side. That is also available at linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. Okay. But that is enough about me. Before we go into the show, I did want to start off with a couple of announcements. First announcement. So you guys know that I no longer broadcast Monday through Thursday. I broadcast Monday through Wednesday. However, tomorrow I will be going live. I was asked to go live with Shara Gibson from Kenai Ventures. I don't know if you guys remember her, but I've done a lot of programming with her. She's a business developer and serial entrepreneur. Tomorrow night, we are going live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about business formation and startup tips. Hi, Von Chic One, for new entrepreneurs. So this is going to be a 1-hour discussion. It is going to be all about you guys, to giving you the tips, to launching that business. January is the time when a lot of people start their businesses. So we want to help you get started on the right foot, right? And in that vein, also, we're going to be going live on Instagram at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'm also going to be broadcasting on Clubhouse so that we can have more engagement from you guys. So if you are on Clubhouse, follow me. My handle is at sweet, SWEET _TALIE, at sweet_tally. Okay. I'm not going into the story behind it anymore. Just that's my handle on Clubhouse. So if you want to follow the program on Clubhouse so that if you have questions, we can actually bring you on to ask your questions, follow me on Clubhouse. Okay. So that is, that's my major announcement. And oh yes, also, so after our powwow tomorrow night, you're going to have all of this good information. So if you want to implement it, as quickly as possible, I do encourage you to go pick up Business Startup Basics that will, take the tips that you learn from tomorrow night and help you implement them immediately. Okay. All right. So those were our announcements. Let's get to the show. For those of you, if you're watching it and you're new and you don't know how this works, so at the start of the show, I do something called NPL Nuggets. That is where I give you a quick lesson on a business or legal concept. And then after that, we go into our stories that I find from blog sites, from that you guys send me, anywhere that I find something interesting that has a lesson that we can learn as business owners, and we discuss it. So this is a time for you to get involved. Don't be shy. Ask your questions. Give your comments as long as they're respectful. Okay. And I will be asking you questions as well. So you are going to want to pay attention. But before we start on today's stories, let's get to our NPL nugget of the day. So like I have been saying for the last couple of weeks, we are focusing on business entities this month. We have gone through what a business entity is, what unlimited versus limited liability is. We have defined sole proprietorships, partnerships, and LLCs. Today we are defining corporations, okay? So very quickly, a corporation is a company or a group of people authorized to act as a single entity, meaning you are legally a person. So if a corporation is ever sued, right? So let's take a sole proprietorship. If you have a sole proprietorship or a general partnership, if the business is ever sued, they're not going to come and look for your business. They're going to come and look for you because you are personally responsible for all debts, right? But when you have a corporation, the corporation in the eyes of the law is considered to be a person. And that corporation can sue in its own name, and it can be sued in its own name. Okay. So corporations are, legal persons, basically companies authorized to act as a single entity. Now, starting next week, we're going to break down the 3 different types of corporations. So you're going to want to stay tuned. But if you want to get a head start on that, be sure to pick up the Business Entities ebook. It is only $9.97. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. Okay? So now that we have gone through our NPL nugget, let's get to today's stories. If you know who Jimi Hendrix is, give me a guitar emoji. Okay. For those of you who may not know, if you don't know who Jimi Hendrix is a very famous musician. Unfortunately, he died very young due to a drug overdose, but he was very popular. Hey, Reset Wellness DC, I ain't seen you in a minute, hun. But he was very popular in the late 60s, early 70s. So if you know who Jimi Hendrix is, give me a guitar emoji. Now, like I said, Jimi Hendrix died pretty young due to a drug overdose. But after AP Jackson, you've heard of him? Okay. So one of the things that Jimi Hendrix is known for, he was like this amazing guitarist, was he was able to he was able to, I understand, he was able to take the feedback from his electric guitar and turn that into music, which was something that was unheard of at the time. So Jimi Hendrix was pretty innovative for his time. Now, after his death, his father started a company. He started a company called Experience Hendrix, right? And that company was in charge of all of Jimi Hendrix's music and merch and things like that. And they had a specific branch of Experience Hendrix that was specifically for licensing called Authentic Hendrix. So Jimi Hendrix's dad, Al Hendrix, started the company Experience Hendrix and Authentic Hendrix to handle, all of the posthumous business deals for his son, Jimmy. All right. Now, when he formed this company, he handpicked certain members of the Hendrix family, and he specifically left out Jimi Hendrix's brother. Now, I don't know if this is Al's blood son or if he was a stepfather, but Jimi Hendrix had a brother named Leon, and Al said, "I do not want Leon having anything to do with his brother's businesses, Experience Hendrix or Authentic Hendrix." Here's the issue. Even though Dad said, or Al said, "I don't want Leon having anything to do with, the Hendrix music legacy," Leon and his daughter Tina, so Jimi Hendrix's brother and Jimi Hendrix's niece, they opened a music school that they called the Hendrix Music Academy. And not only that, they were selling Jimi Hendrix merchandise and clothes. And not only that, they were also selling cannabis products, edibles, alcohol, food, medicines, and electronic products. So they were basically just taking Jimi Hendrix's name, slapping it on everything, and, running businesses. So Dad, through the licensing arm of Authentic Hendrix, sued Leon Hendrix and his niece for trademark infringement because they were using Jimi Hendrix's name and likeness without permission, right? So Tina and Leon, they told when they were taken to court, they were like, "Okay, fine, we won't do this anymore." They had a $402,000 judgment assessed against them because of this, them selling unauthorized merchandise and naming the school after Jimi Hendrix. So even with this judgment, Tina and Leon have continued to use Jimi Hendrix's name to promote their school and to sell merchandise. So much so that Tina and Leon have been charged with contempt of court. What does that mean? When you are charged with contempt of court, basically it's saying you disrespected the judge and the judge ain't having it. So the judge said, "We're charging you with contempt of court." Tina and Leon have to destroy any and all merchandise that they have bearing Jimi Hendrix's name or likeness. They also have to change the name of their music school. They named their music school Hendrix Music Academy. The judge said you have to change that name as well. Why did I bring this story to you guys, right? I'm telling you this because, look, Leon Hendrix was Jimi Hendrix's brother. I don't know if he was a half brother or, full blood brother. Either way, I'm going to assume he's a full blood brother because they did share the same last name. But Leon Hendrix, just because he is Jimi Hendrix's blood brother, that doesn't give him the right to use his brother's trademarked name and likeness, because that is already in the hands of another group. And he was specifically told, "Sir, you cannot participate in this." All right. So it doesn't matter if you are related to somebody. It doesn't matter how close you are. If you do not have permission to use somebody's trademark, to use somebody's name, to use somebody's likeness, Don't do it because you can get into a lot of trouble. Now Tina and Leon have to come up with $402,000 that they probably don't have and have to revamp their entire business model and business name. They have to remarket because people know them under the Hendrix brand, and now they cannot use Hendrix at all. So, just a word to the wise, be very careful when using marks that are not your own. Does anybody think that the judge was too harsh in this ruling? Does anybody think that Leon and Tina should be able to use the Hendrix name? I mean, they do have the Hendrix last name. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you think. And my friends in podcast land, if you have your comments too, please don't be shy. Email me at nplconsultingfirm@gmail.com. Let me know your thoughts. My friends, if you're watching the replay, don't be shy. Write some comments in and I will see them and I'll answer them, okay? So, what do you think? Do you think that this was a fair ruling by the judge, or should Leon be able to use his brother's name for business? That's his brother, right? What do you guys think about that? I'm just trying to imagine, trying to use my sister's name for my business without her permission. I wouldn't do that, Like, why can you you don't have permission. Don't do that. Anyway, but that's how intellectual property law works. It does not care about your status. It does not care about your bloodline. Intellectual property law it is about the mark, okay? So, good luck to the Hendrix family, all right? Moving on to our next story of the evening. If we have any video game enthusiasts, please give me a video controller emoji. If you are a video game enthusiast, please give me a video game emoji. So while you do that, there's one of the big video game companies is called Square Enix. Now, I'm not a video game person, but I know these names, right? So one of the big video game companies is called Square Enix. And Square Enix has recently trademarked 3 phrases. One is called Ever Crisis. The other is called The First Soldier. Excuse me. And the third thing they have trademarked is the logo for the Shinra Electric Power Company. And all of these trademarks are leading video game, enthusiasts to believe that Square Enix may be coming out with another edition of the Final Fantasy video game franchise, because all of these names that they have filed applications for reference something in the Final Fantasy universe, such as Ever Crisis is reminiscent of two games, one called Before Crisis and one called Crisis Core. So Square Enix may be coming out with a Final Fantasy or another installment of the Final Fantasy video game series. So if you are a gamer or you have a gamer in your life that you love, let me know what you think about that. Do you know anything about Square Enix? Do you know anything about Final Fantasy? What do you think about this? Would you want to play a Final Fantasy game? I have seen commercials for Final Fantasy. I know that the graphics are pretty cool. I'm sure they've gotten even better since the last time I saw a commercial. But, I'm not a big video game head, so this didn't necessarily scream at me as, exciting news, but I'm sure it's exciting news for you gamers out there. Any thoughts? Y'all real quiet tonight. What's going on? What's happening? Are you guys watching the impeachment or something? Let me know. Excuse me. All right. Excuse me. All right. So, good luck to Square Enix. Before we move on to our next story of the evening, I want to remind you that you are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast. where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in need of legal guidance as you start the journey of entrepreneurship, go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free consultation today. And also make sure that you download the free Biz Launch Cheat Sheet, okay? Also, announcement, tomorrow evening at 5 p.m., I will be going live with Can I Ventures, answering your questions about business formation and starting up as a new entrepreneur. You can watch here on Instagram. We'll only be going live on Instagram, or you can follow on Clubhouse. Follow me at sweet_TALIE, okay? All right. Moving on to our next story. Do we have any SpongeBob fans in the house? Anybody, any SpongeBob any SpongeBob fans in the house? Any SpongeBob fans in the house? Now, SpongeBob was a little bit after my time, although, I did enjoy the products and stuff. I didn't necessarily watch the cartoon, but SpongeBob is everywhere. Actually, me and my friends in college, we used to play Uno like every night for like 2 years, and we had a special deck of cards that were SpongeBob SquarePants Uno cards, and they had this special card in it called the Super Absorbency card. And the way that the card worked was that, like, let's say, somebody had one card and you don't want them to get out and it's your turn. You would put the card down. They would have to pick one card from the person to their right, one card from the person to their left, and they would have to pick up from the deck. So you could make them pick up 3 cards unless they had a super absorbency themselves, okay? But SpongeBob, they've got lots of merchandising, lots of, lots of different revenue streams, and they are continuing the train. The SpongeBob SquarePants empire is, not coming to a close. Apparently, they're trying to ramp up. If you did not know, there is yet another streaming service coming out called Paramount Plus. It is, it's in connection with CBS and Nickelodeon. And on this Paramount Plus app, they are going to be airing a new SpongeBob series called SpongeBob's Underyears. So it's going to be a series, following SpongeBob as he was a young, sea sponge or something. And this is the power. SpongeBob is a strong brand. Look at how long SpongeBob, hey Drew, has lasted. We still see people, rocking and loving SpongeBob to this day. So if you have a child who is a SpongeBob fan or a Nickelodeon fan, you might want to think about getting the Paramount Plus app so that they can watch the new SpongeBob series. On a side note, these streaming apps are getting ridiculous. There's 57 of them. Let me tell you something. I have a limited amount of tolerance for these streaming services. Some of y'all don't even have that many shows, and you want me to give you $4.99, $5.99, $6.99 a month? Just pick one. Just pick one. Every network does not need a streaming service. If you are a small network, just put together with a big one and get your stuff on there. I am sick of these new streaming apps, okay? It's me. Right now, I got Netflix and I got the Disney Plus package. And that's all I'm getting. If y'all want to trade some logins, let's do it. But no, I will not. The whole point of me cutting the cord and getting streaming services was to lower my entertainment bill, okay? I was paying almost $200 for cable, and now you want me to pay for 73 streaming services? No, thank you. Rondi is laughing at me. Yes, Drew, Netflix and Disney Plus. The Disney Plus package is clutch. I get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for $12.99. Anyway, but I digress. Amazon Prime, and my housemates, they have some subscriptions too. So we make it work. But let me tell you something. If it's just me, there's some shows I just will not be watching, because if you think I'm going to be giving you my $4.99 every month for one show, you are sadly mistaken. Anyway, moving on to our final story of the evening. All right. Okay. So I thought this was an interesting story. I didn't post the pictures because that wasn't the crux of the story, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion. So there are two quick market chains. Like, when you go to the gas station, there's like a little convenience store. So there are two chains. One is called Weigel and one is called Quick Trip, right? And Quick Trip had sent two cease and desist actually to the company Weigel, because they said that Weigel's logo was too close to Quick Trip. This is, a story that we come across often on this show. Now, when Quick Trip sent the first cease and desist, Weigel was like, okay, bet, let's change the logo a little. Quick Trip wasn't happy, so they sent a second cease and desist. Weigel was like, all right, you know what, you still don't like it, let's change it a little bit. So when Weigel was on the third iteration of their logo, they were like, all right, you know what, I think we got it. Let's file our application with the USPTO. So Weigel was like, hey, we've got our revised logo, and they go to the USPTO and they file their application for their trademark. And Quick Trip opposes it. And they say, hey, Weigel, you should not allow them to get this trademark because, one, it's too close to ours, and two, they're filing it in bad faith, meaning they know that their logo is close to ours and they're still trying to do it. So these two convenience chains were going back and forth. Hey, Kel's Butter. They were going back and forth arguing. Weigel was like, look, we changed the logo. What do you want? Quick Trip was like, we don't want you to get this trademark. And the judge made a decision. The judge said, on one of the counts, the judge said, look, there is no bad faith here because Weigel was more than willing to change the design of their trademark when you said that you felt it was too close to yours, Quick Trip. So the judge ruled in favor of Weigel that there was no bad faith in their filing. Now, what does bad faith mean? It means like if you know somebody already has a trademark, right? But then you go and try to file your own trademark for it when you know they already got it. That is bad faith. Because you know that this mark is not unique. You know that someone is out there using it in the world. And Weigel is saying there was no bad faith because as soon as we found out that our logo was too close, we changed it. So I want to know from you, do you think that the judge got this right? Was the judge right to say that there was no bad faith in this? Or do you think that Weigel was just, BSing? Is Quick Trip doing too much by trying to oppose the application? Or are they just trying to defend their right? What do you think about this conclusion? Because Quick Trip is planning on appealing. They're like, look, we don't like this logo. And we think y'all did it on purpose. So we would like the USPTO to deny your application for this trademark. What do you think about that? The judge said there's no bad faith because Weigel tried to change the logo, and Quick Trip is saying, nah, man, it's still too close. What do you think? Is the fact that Weigel attempted to change the logo twice, is that enough evidence that there was no bad faith in them filing this trademark application? And if you don't understand the question, let me know and I will break it down even further. But let me know your thoughts on that, okay? All right. Okay. Dang. I gotta delete something on my recorder. All right. Y'all are so quiet today. What's going on, y'all? All right. So we are at the end, actually, of our stories, I personally think that the judge got it right. If you are willing to make the changes to your logo to, make it appear less like someone else's because they're complaining, I think that shows, a certain amount of good faith on your part that you're trying, to be unique. So good luck to Weigel and Quick Trip, okay? So those were the stories that I had for you this evening. If you came in late, today's NPL Nugget, we defined what a corporation is. We said that a corporation is a company or a group of people authorized to act as a single entity, and it is considered a legal person, so it can sue and be sued in its own name. Next week, we're going to go over the 3 kinds of corporations, okay? Spell the other company's name. So Weigel is Weigel, AP Jackson, and Quick Trip is spelled Quicktrip. All right? Excuse me. All right. Yes. So the NPL Nugget, we define corporations. What a corporation is. We're going into the 3 types of corporations next week. If you want to get a head start on that, go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and pick up the Business Entities ebook for $9.97 as well. Tomorrow night, I will be going live on Instagram and Clubhouse. I'm going to be going live with Shara Gibson. She is a business developer and serial entrepreneur. We're going live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram and Clubhouse. If you want to ask your questions in real time and I can hear your lovely voices, be sure to be following me on Clubhouse. My handle is at @sweet_TALIE, @sweet_tally. Or you can just join me here on Instagram. We're going to be talking about business formation and starting up as a new entrepreneur. So come with all of your startup questions. Other announcements, NPL Legal Dish merch is still available. We're fully restocked. Go grab your mugs, get your t-shirts. They come in white, black, and navy blue. What else? Be sure to book your one-on-one sessions. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm because the prices are about to go up at the beginning of February. The prices are going up about $30. So if you wanted to book a session, now is the time to do it. You don't necessarily have to book it for January, but if you want it at the old price, you need to book it before February 1st, okay? So I think that's all I have for you guys. Do you have any questions? Because we got like 9 minutes before we have to end. So let me know if you have anything you want to talk about, any questions you have on business formation. So, how do I register my business? Do I need a DBA? What's the difference between an EIN and an LLC? How do I protect my brand? What type of contracts do I need? This is the time to ask. If you have questions about any of the stories that we have covered this week. So today we covered Jimi Hendrix, Square Enix and Final Fantasy, and the SpongeBob series that's coming up. Yesterday we talked about Derby Pies and the One Republic lead singer selling his catalog. We also talked about the owner of the Smiley Face copyright. We talked about Yeti coolers and Nicki Minaj and Tracy Chapman. AP Jackson said, the judge is right. The logos are not even similar. See, I love this. AP Jackson went and did the research right on the show. You a real one. I love that. So AP Jackson thinks that the judge did the right thing. Hey, King Tax Services. How you doing, doll? But yeah, I think the judge got it right as well. So if you guys do not have any questions, we can definitely break for the evening. Remember, I'm going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram and Clubhouse. Follow me on Clubhouse at @sweet_TALIE, @sweet_tally, okay? If you missed any part of the show, it will be up on YouTube in just a few moments. It will also be up here on Instagram and Facebook. But y'all know I'm trying to get that YouTube shmoney. So please go subscribe to the YouTube. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. So I don't think I have anything else for you guys. If you have something for me, please let me know. I'm trying to give you guys some time to get your questions in if you have them, because I know that there is a long delay on Facebook, okay? But I think that we're good. So we're going to break for tonight. Come join me here to tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Instagram only, okay? And we're going to get this thing popping. Come with your questions. Bring your friends. You bring bring the people in your life that you love. Bring the people in your life that you want to see, do something great, because it's going to be a great time here, all right? Thank you, King Tax Services. Y'all, it's tax season. Hit up my girl, King Tax Services 18, so she can get you right, okay? Especially if you are in North Carolina. So that is where I shall leave you on this evening. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Stay safe, all right? Have a good night. Bye-bye.